Relentless, don't wanna test us. We ball hard, wanna run with the best. You gon' learn your lesson.
Welcome to the Relentless Podcast. I'm Darnell Haney, head coach at the great Jacksonville University, home of the Relentless women's basketball program. I'm joined again by the OG Kenny Brooks, head coach at Virginia Tech. Terrell Robinson, head coach at North Carolina A&T. David Six, head coach at Hampton University. Ron Huey, head coach at the University of Houston. And again, we have Coach Quentin Hillsman, Coach Q, head coach at Syracuse University. What's good, fellas? What's good? We got some good news yesterday, and we got some good news saying that we're gonna play, but it had some other news within it, right? So we just happy we're gonna be able to play. But we're gonna start with you today, Coach Six. How workouts been coming, man? We haven't been talking about workouts over there. How they been coming? You guys are back in full swing of class, man. How is everything going, and how you gonna approach the year?
Listen, we're gonna approach the year like we approach every year, but our kids are not on campus yet.
Whoa.
Our kids are not on campus yet. We were waiting for the NCAA to make their decision on what they were gonna do, and then we gonna bring them on after that.
Got you.
Yeah.
Wow. Coach Q, how they been going up there, man? Workouts.
Everything good, man. We've been going since the summer, man. We I think our first day in the gym officially was July the 15th, whatever it was. But a lot of our players been back since June 26th, man. We've been back since June 26th pretty much, and we are 11 negative COVID tests in, hoping for test 12 to come back right tomorrow, and we in good shape, man. We ready to go.
Awesome. Coach Huey, I saw y'all in there on that shooting machine, man, with the shooting app. Talk to me about the shooting app, man. How's it been coming?
Hey, I'm telling you, man, it's great, man. You have to say it but one time.
No question. No question.
But, it's going great, man. We've been on campus since June 1st, and things are rolling really well for us. Like Q said, we are, I think, 16 weeks negative now, so we're trying to keep that going.
Yes, that's awesome. Coach Rob, where we at, man? Where we at with your group, man?
Same thing, man. Like Q, we got in about the 15th of July. We've been going. I got a young group. Huey, I introduced that app on Monday, man. It's going real good. I like the idea that I can, because I'm in my office. I like the idea that I can see what's going on, who's doing what, make some corrections. I don't necessarily have to be in the gym, man. So that's a good look. But it's the transition. We got 9 new kids, 7 freshmen, 2 transfers, trying to get them acclimated to, the expectations we have here. So,
Yeah.
as far as and we want it done, but we keep on pushing though.
Got you. Coach Brooks, you still in there working on the fadeaways, man?
Hey,
Talk to me.
I'm getting my game on just like they getting theirs on. but it's been good, man. It's been real good. Just like everybody else, we've been in since about the middle of July. I think the challenge for us is just really keeping their attention. Obviously now when the words start coming down, or when we were able to start, we've started to implement a little bit more of our system, our philosophy. We don't have as many young people as Terrell, but we got a lot of new faces, and we've really been just locking in, focus on trying to learn their games. And for me, being down there with them, involved with them, you guys know as well as I do, man. You get down there and you start working with them. You learn about more than their jump shot. You learn about how their day went, how their significant other is, or, whatever the case might be. And that's been our main focus, and just trying to keep them fresh and keep optimism alive. And now coming down with some news where we actually have a date now, gives them that window, that opportunity, what they need to look for, that light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, we're working towards this. So that's been a renewed energy for our kids, and now we can kind of go a different way. But everything's been great, man. And like Hugh, like Huey, like Terrell, everybody said, we're in. I'm knocking on wood right now, but negative tests. We got ours back today, and we still rolling.
Man, we got ours back. We got ours back today as well. We negative. it was dope because, you know, like they were holding on to a couple of the tests. Like they got mine back, then they got another player's back, and they were like, I don't know what the other tests at. And then they end up coming in this afternoon. Everybody came in negative, so that was awesome. That was awesome.
Hey, Handy, I want to ask Kenny a question real quick off something you said. You mentioned that you're finding out your kids' game. So is this where, you know, because I remember, you know, one of the sessions you talked about how you start to adjust your offense based on kids' abilities and skill set. Is this that time where you start to do that? Like, you know your system, but now you may tweak it a little bit based on somebody's strengths or their weaknesses?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's, you know, I know the things I want to run, especially the things I want to implement early. Mm-hmm. And just to give you a little taste what we did, like yesterday, we were off from basketball stuff, but like my big center came in and we worked on some of the areas where I know she's going to get the basketball. So, you know, I don't need to teach her 100 moves. She need to have like a couple where she's going to get the ball. Asia Shepherd came in today, and it was just me and her down there, and we were teaching her footwork. You know, I got a couple plays that she's going to have to learn how to come off that screen, be ready to catch and shoot, you know, and that's all we did. We worked on that. It wasn't, she broke a sweat, but it was more for her brain and where she's going to get her shots. Mm-hmm. And you know what? It's like spaghetti. Some of it I said, yep, she can do it. We're going to do that. And some of it I'm like, nah, that's not going to work. So I got to readjust some of that system stuff. But it's exactly
that's good to know, King. So I mean that your hours are up for the week, so you start back up on Sunday.
Yeah. Hey.
Because we're in the same conference, so I don't care about this. Hey, you done, bro. If I see anything on Twitter, Instagram, I'm going straight to compliance, my brother.
Pandemic, bro.
Man.
Pandemic hours.
Pandemic
P.
Got it.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, signing off. I'm going to the gym. Holler at y'all later.
Listen, Coach Dewey, we just got word. November 25th start date. Our first official game. Last week you said you just wanted to play, man, and I'm with you. I just want to play. You and Coach Rob, said it, and you guys were adamant about it. How does this help guide your what Kenny was talking about, your installs and implementation of what you've been doing? How does it help guide it and kind of put you on a path? Before you start, we got into practice today. I don't know about you guys. We got into workouts today, man, and they was like jumping off the walls, right? They were jumping off the wall because they were so excited about being able to see something in the future, right? And have something that they can see that they can attain. A lot of it was they just had nothing to look forward to yet. So they didn't know. So now they have something to look forward to. They were pumped up. They were pumped up in practice. They were excited about it. Say it again.
They know when the first game is.
No question. No question. So that was
they know who they playing, when the first game is.
Yep. That was good. So what about how does that help guide your installs, implementation? Kind of similar to what Coach Brooks was talking about.
Yeah, just like you said, the kids were jumping, bouncing today. You know, they were texting me all night and, you know, how we're going to start to do things now, especially with the 8 hours. Mm-hmm. So we flipped up and, you know, we're going to split the group, go red and black. Mm-hmm. You know how we were doing the 3 groups 3 times a week and then just team on Friday. So now we're just going to go, you know, a couple of days a week of just the 3 groups. And then on Thursday, we're going to go red and black and different individual groups and work on some concepts, you know. So we're going to talk about, you know, doubling the post with our monster stuff. We're going to talk about, you know, guarding flex cuts. You know, we're going to talk about guarding, you know, cross screen, down screen, you know, that kind of stuff. Just getting that 3-on-3 action, things like that. Mm-hmm. And also our dribble drive stuff, you know, the 1, the 2, and the 5, or the 1, the 4, and the 5, you know, those kind of concepts we can start getting in now on that Thursday. And then that Friday is full team and we get to go an hour and a half now. Just to be able to go in there. And the other part of that, we get to implement film. So we took 15 minutes out of each day because we record everything. Mm-hmm. And now the coaches got 15 minutes before they bring their group on the floor to do film on the floor. Because we got the projector, got the TV down there in the gym so they can sit right there and watch 15 minutes of film before they jump into what they're trying to do. And so it was tremendous for us just hearing the news, man. And you know, I just can't wait to get after it now for real, you know, and that's the thing that our kids were just talking about today. because they really being competitive like crazy. So now, you know, they were in there today sprinting hard, doing everything. And so I went to my strength coach and she said, well, we got to rev things up, you know, when we get out on the field, because they've been doing 80-yard shuttles. So now we're going to go to 100 and, you know, do our jump rope. We got this thing from Coach Sampson. He tell the kids they got the jump rope for 5 minutes, nonstop. Nobody can't mess up. And it's on them. And our kids tried it, man. They screwed up, man. It took us about 15, 18 minutes just to get the whole team through just jumping rope for 5 minutes. And so when they did that thing this morning, man, they were on that thing, man, like that. It took about 8 minutes, but they're coming on down because their focus is better, like y'all talking about. So
no question. Now we tell them. I told them in that huddle this, after we finished. I said, I need you to keep that same energy, right? I need you to keep that same energy tomorrow. Everybody good on the Monday, on the first day. Is how you gonna be on that second, third. The consistency got to be there.
After 10 days.
No question. T-Rob, we had a really good conversation, man, this week. Really good conversation, and it went. And you kind of went into detail about how you're a teacher, man. And I asked how he got into any 5-on-5 stuff, any up and down stuff, and he was like, no. So one of the things that at our level, we won't have a really good access to practice players, right? Because our school is about 2,500 students live on campus, 5,000 on campus, 5,000 students total, right? But we practice at 6 in the morning, right? So getting a practice player to volunteer to be there, they got to really want to be there, right? So not having that, and I asked him, how does he incorporate the reads and the things that he wants his kids to see when there ain't no defense out there, when it's just cones? Like, how do you get them to have an imagination, which they don't have any of? So, so I asked him about it and talk to us a little bit about what you talked about, Coach Rob.
Yeah, I was, telling you that you got to, or what we do, I don't say necessarily have to, you have to actually, just like acting or a movie, you got to actually teach them that read or teach them, you know what I'm saying? So we'll go 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and we actually show them how the defense is going to play it and what they need to be looking for. And, and for us, with the young women that we have, it's important that we do that. Like right now, our kids are like, well, when we going to play? And I'm like, when you know how to play. When we going to go at each other, when you know how to play. Until I feel like you know how to play on both sides of the ball, we're not going to get up and down, because for us, it's about possession, it's about cherishing, it's about not turning the ball over, by getting the best shots, and then obviously, stopping our opponents. But yeah, that's the essence of what we do. And like what Huey was saying in reference to us knowing when we play now, for me, being this pushed back a little bit, I got a little bit more time to teach. Again, I got a young group, and I already know that this is going to be tougher. They want experience to be the teacher instead of listen to experience. Does that make sense? Yeah. So so I'm me and my staff, we're getting ready to focus on that. But yeah, we just really break down whatever the reads are that we're trying to get out of the offense. And trying to teach them, and we'll do it repetitively, every day till they understand those reads.
Coach Brooks, NCAA's pushed the dead period back to January. After January, right? Talk about what that means to this 21 class as far as signing in November if they haven't already committed yet. What does that do, in your opinion?
I don't think it's as much of a problem as some people might think, because such a large number is already committed.
Correct.
A larger number than in most years. Mm-hmm. And, but I do think that it is an issue. I feel like when I'm talking to kids on Zoom, I'm making empty promises, because, especially the 22s, they want you to come and see them. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to come and see you. And then boom, this drops. Well, I can't come and see you until after January, maybe. I know, because we all know we're going to hit January. We all going to be right in the middle of our conference.
No
I
question.
ain't talking about the beginning of the conference, our conference, right in the middle of our conference play. So how much are you going to be like out and leaving because we're not getting that time now where we can go to watch them where we're not in our season as much. You know, all of us aren't big ballers like Q can take a 757, you know, just to go see one kid. Some of us got to drive, you know, and do some stuff like that. So it takes a whole day. Yeah, it takes a whole day. So I think that's more of an issue to me personally, because I mean, obviously I can say that too, because we got 4 commitments for the 21 class, so it's not affecting us as much.
Right.
But I think it's just as much of an issue for the 22s.
No question.
This is where we're starting to look, evaluate, and make decisions on 22s right now during this time, and it's really been pushed back.
What are your thoughts on that, Coach Q? On that whole piece?
You know, I think that most of us are pretty much locked into the kids that we are recruiting, or either locked in and probably got commitments from the kids that we want. I'm kind of like Kenny right now. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue for the 21s. I know for us, with 21s, we are done with 21, and we got 2 22s already. So I mean, we down the road. I mean, we almost done with our classes for the next couple years, to be honest. So so for us, I don't think it's not going to affect us at all. But I really believe that, you know, most people in this day and age is just like Kenny said. These kids are committed, or they pretty much narrow their list down. If you're jumping on 22s and 21s definitely, 22s now, you way behind the ball. It's just how it is now.
Just right. Now, Coach Six, talk about that a little bit with you and your program.
Well, in our case, we done for 21.
Right. And
we only had 1 scholarship anyway, so it kind of worked out for us and everything. So we on to the 22s, and believe it or not, the 23s, like you said, if you're not on kids now,
nope,
you're behind the power. So, you know, like Kenny said, you kind of giving them an empty promise. But at the end of the day, for us, 22, we hoping that all this is over by 22.
Right.
And we're able to go out there and continue recruiting our kids.
Coach Q, you've had some really good players to come out of Syracuse, man. And one of the key pieces in your NCAA tournament final game run was Brittany Sykes. And right now she was a monster then, and she's a monster now, right? Tell us about the whole process with her, man, from when you met her to her work ethic. Tell us about everything that you can about her and how you saw her grow.
Well, I think first person saw her was my older sister, Matt Luno, and Matt said, you know, he thinks that he just saw the most athletic player he's seen in women's basketball during his time, as far as at that 2-guard or wing position. And when I saw her for the first time, I was like, man, I mean, and down there saw her in Newark, she was up on the rim. I mean, she's athletic, and so, you know, we obviously pursued her really, really, really tough, because we knew that she was a big piece of what we needed. And obviously, once we got Britt in, I mean, her talent was just off the charts, but her work ethic was unbelievable, man. I always tease the kid, man. I was always asking, like, do you have any classes? Because she was in the gym all the time. I'm like, what's your class? Like, I literally had to get her class schedule by like a second week of school. Like, yo, I mean, that's kind of kid she was in that gym. So, I mean, she really, really worked, man. She was a worker, and she worked on her game. And, you know, she came in not being a really good shooter, left one of our better shooters on our team. You know, obviously, she had 2 ACLs with me, came back from both of them early, stronger, jumping higher, faster. Obviously, now in the playoffs, playing in WNBA. I mean, just a unbelievable talent, and her work ethic was off the charts. I mean, everything she got, she worked for it, and she earned it, man. Nothing was given to her.
That's awesome.
Hey, you know, I don't know if you guys saw it or coached against her firsthand.
Oh yeah.
But that thing was vicious. And you know, my first year in the league, you know, I'm in the league, and you know, we scouting. Hey, we're gonna take this away from her. We're gonna take that away from her. We're gonna do this. And when you see that thing up close and personal, but, hey, real quick, you like, I ain't got nothing for that. It was so bad. It was so bad. I'm competitive as hell. It was so bad. Yo, I just pulled her to the side during the game. And I said, baby, you are tough. And like to watch her and Q's like, and you got to give Q some credit too, man, because you watch them two go at each other. They would go at each other strong, hard, but you could tell they respected each other, but he let her play.
No question.
He didn't put the reins on her. And man, I saw that thing up close and personal, and it was like, you just know when to throw in the towel. It was like, ain't nothing I can do with that. And man, he was throwing her alley-oops, and I'm like, damn, I ain't never seen this before.
One of her biggest qualities, man. I'm sorry, man.
Go ahead.
One of her biggest qualities at women's basketball, this kid can take an incredible ass chewing.
Yes, I saw it.
You can get on this kid, man. Hey, now some people crumble. Like that joker you get after her, she come back and be talking shit, and you're like, yeah, what? I'm like, good. I wanted you to do that. Don't be good. I'll do it again, right? So like she gonna get a bucket, come in and get my face like, yeah, what? I'm like, yeah, good.
Yeah, I remember our game against them when I was at Rutgers, and Kenny just talked about the alley oops and the lobs, because Q ran 4 out of bounds plays, and they were all box sets, and they were all lobs to Brittany. He just put her at the right elbow. Everybody ran out, threw it up. The left elbow, everybody ran out, threw it up. Right block, everybody ran, and that's all he did.
Hey,
that's all he did.
Your girls look at you like this, and you look at them like this. And
she made me very intelligent, man. She made me real smart.
No question. She, one of the things that I remember about her, though, because we played you guys twice with her. The first year we played you guys, I think you guys came down to us, and she was hurt. So she didn't play against us. Right? And she didn't play against us, but just talking to her after the game, this was like her junior year, just talking to her after the game, she was so articulate. She was so mature for, she may have been a junior or a red shirt, or whatever the case may be, but she was just so much, it was like you were talking to a grown woman, right?
Always into it, yes.
So I think that's a big attribute to her too, and that's why she could take it ass chewing like that. You know what I mean? Because she was more mature than everybody around.
And let me tell you, man, and that run doesn't happen if she's not a mature, because I heard her and Alexis Peterson, like Petey wanted to do it. Like Petey wanted to shine and Petey wanted to get hers. And I remember, man, Brittany came to my office one day and she sat down in my chair. She said, you know what, coach? I got to let Petey get hers. I got to let her get hers. If I don't, we're not going to win. And that's when I knew we had a chance. That was the day when I knew. Because she realized, okay, I got to sacrifice because Pete going to do what she going to do. Regardless of how they felt about her. Petey was the kind of kid who come in the locker room and 14 girls mad at her. She's like, what up? I'm getting a shower. I'm going home. It's what up. You know what I'm saying? Most girls want to get along. Pete did not care. I mean, she didn't care. She would go and walk home by herself. I don't care. I'm going to hoop and get my 30. And Britt finally just said, you know what, coach, if we going to win, I got to sacrifice let her get hers. And that was the difference of us winning and losing. Straight up. So mature. I told her that was a grown woman play right there. She made a grown woman move. Seriously.
Another key piece I love that played on that team. She was the glue, and we're gonna talk about some glue kids that you guys have had in the past, man. The glue on that group, in my opinion, and I don't know what you think. I think the glue was the Fondren kid.
Oh yeah.
It was. She 5'9", she playing the 4, right? She doing everything. She doing everything for you. She bringing the ball up. She's rebounding. She's doing everything for you, right? And I think every team that makes a run and every team that has success has that one or more glue kid, that Jimmy Butler type person that's on their team that helps them prevail.
Yeah. Funny, man. Cornelia Fondren started at the 1 for me as a freshman. And came off the bench. Her senior year, we went to the final, went to the championship game, came off the bench and played the 4. like that was her range of skill set from her freshman year to her senior year. She started at the point guard as a freshman and came off the bench and played the 4 as a senior. It was the most unbelievable thing. Again, man, that whole year was about sacrifice, man. Mm-hmm. You got Britt letting Pete get hers, and I told Corn, I need you to come off the bench because you can play the 1 through the 4 for us. So I need you to come off the bench. So whoever comes out, you going in. And she came off the bench and played 30 minutes a game, and the funniest story, I always take up all the time, but the funniest story was I could tell that starting was bothering her. And finally, and she's playing 30 minutes a game. So I was like, I couldn't understand. I was like, all right, you're playing 30 minutes a game. We're winning. What's the problem? She's like, nothing. Doing it. What's the problem? Nothing. So finally I said, no, what's the problem? And then finally I said, you know what? It's the damn handshake. The only thing she wanted was that's all they wanted before the game. It messed me up. I said, you're playing 30 minutes a game and all you want is all you wanted was the handshake line.
Right.
So Kenny would tell you, so now for starting lineups, we don't come out. Ever. They go starting at guard, whoever, starting at guard. We sit down. We don't come out. The only time we come out is the NCAA tournament because they make us.
All because
we don't do no handshakes. And I said, if I catch one of y'all doing a handshake, I'm going to run y'all the hell out of y'all tomorrow in practice. Don't even try it even on the court. So we don't ever come out for starting lineups because I said we got to start in 7. So we don't come out.
That's true story.
Wow.
Right, Kenny? That's real rap.
Wow. Coach Six, you wasn't on when we talked about the life of a head coach, man. Talk a little bit about your pregame ritual, man, what you do before games. Take us through a day in the life of Coach Six at a home game. Like we in Hampton, Virginia. We get ready to play a home game in conference. Walk me through your day.
Well, if you talk about before the game, I'm not that diva guy who's sitting in the office till right before the national anthem and come out and all. I want to see what my kids are doing. Mm-hmm. I want to know whether your head is in it or whatever. So, I come out and I watch it. And one of the things we do that may be different than everybody else is while everybody else is warming up and everything, it looks like we crazy. We doing a defensive rotation drill. Mm-hmm. Because I want the kids to remember the most important thing we're going to have to do is defend this other team. Mm. So we do that and we get in a real workout. And once I see that we look good on that or whatever, I might go in, say a little prayer before then, and then I come out. But most of the time, man, I'm out watching what the other kids are doing. I like to get a good feel for how my team is approaching the game.
Okay. Hey, look, and I got real quick. I got a story with Six too, because we played a few times. So I'd see him on the other end, and he'd be looking over at our kids, and then he called somebody over there and start whispering to him. I'm like, what the hell is he telling him? And I'm looking at my kids. What the hell y'all doing? What is he?
Uh-oh, Rob.
He'll come back through.
Am I gone?
There you go.
You back.
Okay, did y'all get that?
Nope.
Half of it.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some bad weather down here, man. But I was saying that I'll be watching Six, when we play each other, and he'll be looking down at our kids. Then he'll call a few of his kids over there, and he'll whisper some shit to him. I'm like, what the hell is he whispering to him? What's he telling him? He started mentally getting in my head. What the hell? And I'm looking down at my kids. What the hell are y'all doing? Are we showing something that we shouldn't be showing? And he already has me mentally, before the game even starts.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about 6'2", man. Don't try to talk to him before the game.
Don't even worry about that.
You look down at him, and you like, do I know that dude down there? And like, he's got a different look on his face.
It's a different dude.
It's an unapproachable look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's on purpose too. Do not F with me. That's on purpose.
Look, let me tell you this real quick. And Rob knows this. Guy used to coach at Morgan State. He's no longer with us. Donald Beasley. And Bees had he was full of life, crazy personality or whatever. He's the only one. He come down there and go, I'm gonna make you talk to me. Make you talk to me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You gonna talk to me. I don't care what it is. You gonna talk to me. I used to laugh at that all the time. I sure miss him. Yeah, I can't talk to you before the game. I can say hi. I can say a few words to you, but after that,
He lying. He ain't saying shit. He lying. He ain't saying nothing.
Hey,
saying nothing.
You know who will talk to you before the game?
That.
And during the game?
Q.
You will walk in your locker room. It'd be like 4 minutes before the game. But me and Q, I used to sit down all the time during the game, right? So we at Syracuse, and this dude is like half court giving it to the referees. I'm like, I ain't getting no calls today unless I stand up and I argue with him.
Right.
So me and him be right in the middle of the game, having a conversation. I'll do something, he'll look down, he said, that's a good play, man. And he'll do something. I mean, this dude will talk to you before the game, during the game, and after the game.
No. The worst one is that we play at Kenny's place, right? And we won by 2. Kenny's kid shooting a 3, and our kid just murdered. Kapow! I mean, it's a clear foul. Then they got 3 free throws. Probably would have won the game. And the game's over, and Kenny's mad. I'm like, my bad. So I'm laughing. We had to laughing. And then I'm hugging his kids. I'm talking to his wife. They look at me like, man, we always. I'm like, hey, man. Game over, bro.
Hey, look, let me tell you this real quick, and Rob knows this. Going back to Beasley for a second, we beating the brakes off Beasley at Hampton. During the timeout, Beasley went up in the stands with the band.
He did. No, he did.
He do something like that, Rob? Beasley went up in the stands. With
Oh,
the
man.
I couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe
Rest in peace.
What?
Rest in peace, Beasley. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Good dude, man.
with the band.
That was a good dude, man. Really good.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. All right, Coach Huey, take us through a day, man. Take us through a day. You got a game, a conference game at Houston. Take us through your day. Coach Six didn't want to tell us what's going on in the pregame pregame stuff. He told us what's going on in the pregame, not in the shoot around. He didn't tell us about the shoot around.
Man. That G-Boy classified.
He didn't tell us about the shoot around, but he tell us about the pregame. Talk to us about your day, man. What's going on with you? Coach Huey?
Exactly. Kenny hit on the head. You know, the first thing is I try to go probably 4 or 5 that morning and grab the most important things I want our kids to get. Mm-hmm. Just to remind myself with film. Our assistants already grab 1 or 2. We'll usually have 1, 2, or 3 that want to get up shots before a shoot around and all that kind of stuff. And they'll do that. And by the time we get ready to go to shoot around, I'm not crazy with running through the other team's set stuff, things like that, because we got our system about what we do. So we talk about the things that we have to take away, you know, just emphasizing, you know, no wing passes, take away reversal, you know, unless they got something special, then we kind of walk through. But it's more about what we do, what we need to take care of. And I make the kids kind of regurgitate that. Then after that shoot around, you know, it's straight to the film room to watch that, then eat. Then I go to the office when the kids go do what they need to do. I need to have, you know, that Eric Thomas in my head, you know, that Ray Lewis, you know, so I'm on YouTube and I'm going through all that, you know, just first of all, getting that blessing of feeling, you know, you're just so thankful for who you are and where you are and all that kind of stuff. And then that mode switch when you're about to get dressed and get ready to come down where, okay, now it's time to, you know, put on some hustle, hard, you know, so, yeah. So I come down and, you know, I come out and get a peek at the kids a couple of times, but the hardest part for me, because I had been assistant and been on the floor and taking them through stuff and all of that, was sitting back there in the back by myself because my assistants put the stuff on the board and they go through the first part of it because they know what we're supposed to be doing and all the goals and everything. So they do the first part. So I'm still sitting back there. So I'm pacing and walking and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And My wife used to call me right before it's time to go out, you know, good luck and all that kind of stuff. And I hear my son, and then when we get out there, man, it's time to go to work, man.
It's go time. I love it. I love it. Coach Q, we're gonna take you on the road. So you on the road, you going to Virginia Tech. You get ain't nothing to do with it in Blacksburg, right? but anyway, I'm messing with you. Anyway, so you on the road, you going to Virginia Tech. It's game day. Take us through through your routine, man, and what you do.
Of course, us being different, right? We don't shoot around. So
like Boeheim.
Yeah, man. We don't shoot. So if we got a 7 o'clock game, I don't see my kids till like 2:30, 3 o'clock. So
when you eat.
Yeah, man. I don't. We get up. Honestly, I go shopping on game day, man. I do. I go shopping. I go get a manicure or something. Because I try to keep my days, all the days the same. You know, I try to keep those days the same, man. Especially at home. If we got home games, I go shopping every day at home game. I really do. I go shopping, man, and we don't shoot, and we'll go and we'll watch tape. We do our positional meetings. We'll watch the edit over again, and we definitely walk through the other team's sets. And we're home. We'll walk through them on our court at home. If we're in a hotel, we walk through them, you know, like in a ballroom. But the one thing that we do is in the mornings, the players get up at about noon. That's when they go to breakfast, but then around noon is when they get together and they go and they do like a little 12-minute cardio circuit, just kind of get their bodies moving. That's all we do. And then we
right in the hotel.
Yeah, right in the hotel. They go in there. They're in 3 groups they're in 4 groups. They do 12-minute cardio circuit with our strength coach. And then we get to most arenas 2 hours prior to the game. So we treat that like it's a shoot around. They're gonna flow about an hour and a half for the game. They get up shots. And we start our regular workouts, our warm-ups at 59 minutes prior to tip.
That's dope.
That's the thing, man. I try to keep every days easy and simple, man. Do something and keep the days normal and consistent. I shop all the time, so I just go shopping.
I know that's right. So you don't shoot around. So talk about your prep. Like you prep 3 days ahead of time, 2 days ahead of time. What are you doing?
Go ahead, Kenny. I'm gonna let you say what you're gonna say because you're gonna say it anyway. Go ahead.
I just want to tell you what he do in a home game. At a home game, if you playing him, he gonna come pick you up the night before. All right. He say we gonna go grab a little bite to eat. He's like, all right, cool. He pick you up. You know, you drive around. You go into a restaurant, and it be like 10 o'clock. You like thinking, ain't nothing open. We pull in. We in a back alley somewhere. I'm like, yo, where the hell? Yo, this dude got his own private interest in the back. Like, we gangsters. We walk into the restaurant. There's like 2 people in there, the owner and a waitress. and we have a meal. It ain't like a little appetizer. We got a meal. And hey, they love this dude in Syracuse. Hey, Coach Q. I mean, I'm sitting there. I'm his guest. They like, y'all gonna get y'all tail whooped tomorrow. Coach Q. I'm like, damn.
Watch what you eat. Watch what you eat.
Hey, right.
Taste it first. Q takes it first, right?
So and then when you play and when you shoot around, he gonna come to you shoot around.
What?
Yeah.
I be bored, man. I got nothing to do. I be bored. That's my man. I'm trying to go see my dude, man. Hey, look. I asked Kenny, I'm like, what you doing? I shoot around. He like, you getting ready for the game? I'm like, oh,
what you doing?
I'm trying to listen. I'm like, you gonna go to the mall? You gonna go do something? You gonna go cigar shop or something for the game? Like, what you wanna do? He like, I'm getting ready for the game, man. What you talking about? I'm like, oh, my bad.
Man.
I'm sorry, but yeah, man. But yeah, man. We start 3 days out. You remember, man? I got involved. We probably need to start right now. Hey, dog. Our prep is vicious. Let's tell you that right now. We listen. That won't be the reason. Let me tell you that right now. That will not be the reason, man. But yeah, we start 3 days out, man. We start 3 days out, and like I told you last call, I believe we watch tape 6 times before we play a team. So we watched tape 6 times. We watched film 6 times, and by the time we get into the game, man, we know what's up. If we don't stop you, it's because we can't, and because we don't know. So that's what it is, man. But yeah, man, like I said, Vaughn is a beast, man. So our prep is on point, man.
Love it. All right, let's talk about big news, man. We got Houston Rockets and we got the Clippers right now, right? Coach Six, I know you can't wait to talk about this. Tell me about the Rockets. Do they blow the Rockets up or what?
Yeah, you gotta blow the Rockets up. You got to. I mean, because you can't improve the team because of the 2 big contracts that you got. Westbrook and unless Kenny gonna go down there and teach Westbrook how to shoot or something like that. I mean, you got to. But I heard today that the Knicks are trying to trade for Russell Westbrook.
That's crazy.
I told you the Knicks would take anybody. Anybody who's coming to the thing.
I truly believe, man, Westbrook got to have the ball in his hands. He can't play like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And he can't play with, if Harden got it in his hands, he don't know what to do when he's looking at somebody else with the ball in his hands. So I think he has to have the ball in his hands. I think OKC was perfect for him, right? But we go and we try to do things, and I just think it's not a good fit for him when you got multiple ball handlers like that or another ball handler that's better.
When PJ Tucker is your power forward, that ain't gonna work, man. That ain't gonna work. PJ Tucker can't be your power forward. He got AD, man.
Sometimes he's your 5 at the highest level. Sometimes he played a 5 for him, right? And it's just not now. Everybody talking about that, but now the Lakers are the Lakers now. You still got in my opinion, the best player on the planet right now, right? On that team. Officially. Right. So they are the Lakers, and he's playing at another level right now. Like he's in another stratosphere right now. How he's playing. So the Lakers are still the Lakers. So was Houston gonna beat them anyway?
They're not constructed to beat the Lakers or anybody like that in the playoffs.
Right.
Like the way they're constructed, it will sell tickets. You will win games. All right. And everybody keeps talking about like Giannis, his performance in the playoffs, and everybody's going down. It's not that they're a different player. It's a different level. And when you're playing a different level of basketball, that playoff basketball, that gimmicky stuff, like Six just said, it ain't gonna work. You can't have PJ Tucker. He can win in the regular season because we all know them dudes low management. They playing at a different level. Now they playing for real. And now this is like what's wrong with Paul George and all them guys. That lane shrink up. Them dudes start playing harder, and now you got to have the real players. That's why them guys rise to the top, man. That's why LeBron. I'm not a LeBron fan, all right, but I was one of them ones that's probably hoping Kawhi, but nah. All right, LeBron the best. LeBron the best right now, and I hope he ain't recording because I said that because people gonna bash me because. But it is, man. You can't be gimmicky. You can't. Gimmicks will help you win games. It won't help you win the right games.
The other thing is this: if you're gonna play small ball, you got to be the best at it.
Yeah.
The Lakers went small and killed the Rockets at small.
That's what I was about to say, Sid.
Yeah, great point. If you want to go small ball, you got to be the best at small ball.
You know what, man? I'm on the fence with LeBron, man, because I can't stand all the whining, man. This dude whines every single possession. It drives me crazy. Like, I think at some point, man, I'm trying to say as careful as I can because I think he's a great player. But at some point, it just takes away from your greatness, from your dog, man. Because real dogs ain't gotta be whining for no calls. Man, any shot he missed, and you watch it back, the dude ain't even nowhere near him. Like, wow. At what point does it become where your credibility may get shot on that part, And I know that sometimes, and I always tell our players this too. And you guys, maybe you guys are different or you're the same. I tell players, most games when I'm on the refs, ain't because they're calling games so bad, it's because you're playing so bad. It's misguided anger. You know what I'm saying? I'm going at the refs, but I really want to go at you, but I can't the way I want to. You know? And that's how LeBron just like does it. Like, you missing shots, he's throwing the ball away, everything's not his fault. He's jogging back and it's their fault. Like, dude, you jog back. That's your man who scored. Like, that's what gets me with him. Now, talented wise, see some of the passes, man, he made. I think, man, this last year's run, you know, he playing the way he played. I thought he played really good that time stretch. But this year, watching him in the bubble and being able to see no fans, I really found a newfound respect for his leadership and his game. But man, the whine and his drop. The dude 300 pounds, man. Why you gotta ask for a call? I don't get that.
Hey, you know who showed up right on time too? I think Rajon Rondo played a key to with that series, because he's you know, a champion. He understands how to play, and look, those live plays that they set AD up when they play you high side and he just goes for that lob. Like, Rondo throws that with his eyes closed. You know what I'm saying? And
look away.
Yeah, and defensively he's on point too.
And he gives LeBron a break. LeBron don't have to make a great play every time, because Rondo could set the table. LeBron could go inside and be big sometimes and dump the ball inside and score. So I agree.
Hey, and then to Q's point, Rondo ain't scared to tell LeBron where the hell to go.
Exactly.
He'll get that ball. You know what I'm saying? So I think he's been huge, man, and he's probably the one that's gonna get them over the hump in terms of, you know, going into this next series.
I had the respect for Rondo, you know, just on every team he's been on after he left and won that championship with the Celtics. All the young guys and the guys who weren't playing a lot of minutes, he made them come early before the shoot around and work with them. So, you know, they're taking the 2 buses, you know, all the people that don't play, you come now. And he was taking them all through and still doing up into the Lakers. Now he had a broken hand and still doing it with them dudes.
Wow.
All the ones that weren't playing and don't play a lot of minutes, y'all come on, get your shots on, work with the coaches, ball handling, and he going around like he the coach and doing all of that.
Well, a version of Jimmy Butler.
Yep. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
I saw Rondo when I went to see. I saw the Hawks and the Lakers, and got to go before the game. And he was down on the floor before working out. Man, he had a full-fledged workout. He hadn't really gotten into the rotation really well, so it wasn't like, you know, he was playing a lot. And he was down there, worked his butt off, got his stuff going, and then he was helping some of the young dudes. And you know, when you got somebody like that, and like Terrell said, he ain't afraid to get in LeBron's ass, but LeBron also will listen.
Yes,
exactly.
Listen to him, to him. And to Six's point, he takes that ball out of LeBron's hands, so LeBron don't have to touch it every time.
Right.
Allows him to be better.
That's a great point. I think that's what makes LeBron easy to guard, and I think that's what got the Clippers in trouble.
Yeah. Coach Brooks, we have a lot of games going on. WNBA, NBA, all kind of games going on. Talk to me about what's cooking up in that mind, man. What's cooking up there? I know you got some stuff on your brain, man. What's cooking?
You know what, man? It's getting to that point. You know, you guys talked about you know, the kids and their excitement, their energy. But you know, we as coaches too, we got ramped up too.
Yeah.
I started watching, you know, games a little bit differently. Start, you know, a little bit more eagerness to, you know, implement our stuff. And I tell you, I've always been a big fan of the Warriors. Warriors, their movements, their actions, and what they do. Now my team that I've locked in on is the Heat, and their actions. You know, and I look at a lot of kids that we have, and you know, their movements and stuff and I just see a lot of stuff. You know, it's not so much ISO ball. It's not so much, you know, doing a lot of different things. They got so many people, so many weapons that can, you know, they can go to. like sometimes I almost thought it was a little bit of a detriment when they were trying to put away the Celtics the other day. They were so unselfish. They didn't have a one person that they were going to.
Right.
Finally,
Right.
Jimmy Butler stepped up and said, "Okay, I'll do it." But Tyler Hero. I mean, that dude is
Man.
alone. Six's boy, Bam. He's there. He can do it.
Six, you got me on him, Six. Like, I'm with you. Like you got me going. Like you got me. Six that converted me to a Bam fan. I'm like, man, can't nobody listen. Can't nobody mess with Bam. What? Like, what y'all talking about? Like, you got me.
Yeah.
So, but it is, man. It's a good time. Good time of the year. It's the other night. It was so funny. We all had a group chat going on.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the Clippers and the Clippers. What's going on with the Clippers? So the ticker flashed across, and I watched, and it said 78-78 with Phoenix and Washington Mystics.
Yep.
So I flipped over and saw the last 2.5 minutes of like emotional basketball. I'm like, okay, Phoenix went up by 4. All of a sudden, Washington had a 5-0 run. Skylar Diggler turned it over, and then last second, so it got my juices going. I'm writing down plays, rewinding, actions and stuff like that. And I can tell, man, we're about to start. The weather breaks, everybody, but now we finally got a date. And I feel like, okay, now it's time to start. I can amp my kids up. We can do this. We can do that. So other than my Cowboys sucking, it's been
Oh my goodness.
Yo.
My goodness.
I couldn't ask for anything more. It's fantastic.
Man. Hey, Miami, Boston.
But you're watching a football team. You're watching a football team.
Call them what you want, but you know what you call them right now? They're in first place.
Oh,
Hey.
They're in first place. If it ended today,
We're in the playoffs.
we're in the playoffs. We're in the Super Bowl.
Playoffs,
We're in the
right?
Super Bowl.
The season ended
Who we
today.
playing? I don't know who we
Playoffs.
playing, but we in it.
All right, here we go. Let's do it. We're going skill or talent. Skill or talent. We ready to roll. All right, Coach Huey, rebounding. Being a great rebounder, skill or talent?
Skill.
Okay. Coach Six, what you got?
Ooh, boy. I'm going to say talent.
Okay.
I'm going to say talent. Because I seen some kids with some motors and they just know where the ball is going. I don't know how they, I had a kid years ago named Brielle Ward. She's from Baltimore. She was just a gritty kid. She had 23 rebounds against Kansas State. I mean, she's about 6 feet. She just knew where the ball was. And she got those loose balls. I think it's a talent.
Coach Rob.
Man, I think it's a skill. I think you can hold on. I think it's a skill. I think it's a skill that you can teach boxing out, teach position, but it is something about rebounding outside of your area that's a talent. Go and get what Six is talking about. You're like, how in the hell? We're literally,
Coach Rob. There we go. Oh. Coach Rob, I don't know what's going on.
Did you lose me again?
We did, man. We did.
Okay, Sally going on. That's what it is.
Nah. You know what's going on? He won't make a decision.
Y'all there now? You here? You got me?
Yep.
Yeah, we got both answers. Yeah, we got
skill and talent, man. Skill and talent.
Yeah, I see.
Coach Q, what you got? Rebounding.
Talent. Talent. It's all go get it, man. It's all talent, man. Either you can get that or you can't. I don't think a person, man, that really can't jump, can't do things athletically can be a great rebound. I just don't believe that. So I think it's a talent for sure.
I got you. Coach Brooks.
Look, I'm trying not to be like Terrell, so I ain't trying to go.
It's gonna freeze your phone up, bro. It's gonna freeze your Zoom up if you do it.
Oh man, you know what? I think it's a talent. I do. I mean, I could be like Terrell and go both ways, and I could give an explanation to argue both sides, but I think it's a talent.
Mm-hmm.
I had some post players, man, that came in. They could always get the one that come off on their side.
Yeah.
But when you start talking to them about getting to the other side, you have to swim, peep, and move and anticipate and all of that. And you start putting that bubble up there, and they got to do it. And I can't shoot a lick, so it's gonna be a lot of rebounds come off with or without the bubble. And my girl Momo Hawkins and Monique Oliver at Rutgers, and those kids, they just develop into great rebounders based on things like that, man. And so, they definitely had the talent, but I think overall it's a skill, man. Even Dennis Rodman talked about, how he, has have people shoot for him and all that and go and get it and all that kind of stuff.
You said, look at Dennis Rodman?
Yeah, that's what he said in The Last Dance, man.
I know what he said, but I know what he said, but you see how he looked when he was saying it?
It's still, yeah, man.
He looked like he was with us, bro.
Hey, look, I had some kids who were skilled as hell and they could box out of the best of them, but they weren't talented enough to be able to go up.
That's a great point. We've had
how many scout reports? How many scout reports did you have when you was like, you got to put a body on this kid? You know what I'm saying?
That's the question.
Hey, coach, have the kid that says I'm a good rebounder come in your office and watch some film. Why you didn't get that? Why you didn't get that?
Right.
The ones that'll buy you. You can get the ones that'll buy you. Go get the one.
Go get them out of area. We've had in the past 3 years, we've had two outs. Well, maybe in the past 5 years, we've had two of the most outstanding rebounders I've ever seen in my life. Both of them around 6 foot. One of them is Kayla Gordon. She's our all-time leading rebounder at the school. Animal. Going to get everything. She from Meridian, Mississippi. I ain't gonna never forget when I watched it, when I saw her in the gym. She had 16 rebounds that night when I watched her as a high school player. Now, granted, she missed a couple layups, so she getting 4 and 5 trips back at it, so she padding them stats, right? But at the same time, she could go get it. And then you got Trudy Walker, who's gonna do a little bit of the same. Both of them overseas and making money playing overseas because they have a talent that they don't have over there. And that's why you make money, because you have something that other people don't have. They can teach them to box out all they want, but Trudy and Kayla Gordon gonna go get it. So I think it's a talent. So I just wanted to see what you guys thought. Well, it's good. It's good. Next one, we're gonna go with you first, Coach Brooks. Toughness. Tough kids. Toughness. Ooh.
Easy. That's easy right there. That's easy.
Can you teach it, Coach Brooks?
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if you can teach it today.
Okay.
You can teach it 10, 15 years ago.
Okay.
The drills I used to do 10, 15 years ago, I think it bred toughness. I mean, it was like you had to be tough. You had to be tough. I don't think you can teach it today because, number one, you're worried about kids getting hurt. Number two, you're trying to keep your job because you don't want them to go over on the administration side. So toughness, I want to say, is a talent because they come in, man, and whether we talk about mental toughness or physical toughness, they come in and some of them got it, all right, some of them don't. And so I think it's a talent.
Got you. Coach Q?
Well said.
Talent, 100%. Ain't no question. Total talent. You get these kids and you say, I can make her play hard. No, you can't. You really can't do it. I mean, I think that, always say, either you got it or you don't. And behavior is true. Because when something gets tough, they're going to revert back to who they are, man. Behavior is true. I don't think you can teach toughness, man. I just think that, man, I'm totally the opposite now. Totally.
So you used to think that way? You could teach it?
Oh, yeah, there's no question. Yeah. I can do this. I can make her play hard. No, you can't, bro.
Coach Rob, I see it in your eyes, man.
Nah, like to Q's point, man, I used to tell my assistant coaches when we were recruiting, hey, man, recruit what you see. Don't be guessing. Coach,
Right.
they're going to be a great rebounder. No, the hell they're not. They ain't got a rebound yet. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. What you see.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
no.
I'm taking
Talent.
that, bro.
Talent. Talent.
I love it.
Hey, Rob, hold on. Say that again.
Yo, quote,
Hey,
quarter of the week, baby. Quarter of the week.
What did you say?
Recruit what you see. Don't be guessing. Don't be guessing. Don't be guessing.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got
Guaranteed, like straight up, guaranteed. What I'm seeing right now is what I need. I'm not gonna say, this kid's a great defender and they can't stay in front of nobody. Coach, they got good feet. Right now, they're not guarding nobody.
They're a good shooter. They're 0 for 11.
Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Right.
Yes.
Coach Six.
I'm gonna prove it to you.
Mm.
It's talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's in your DNA. I had a kid. There's a kid that plays for the Dallas Mavericks. His name is Dorian Finney-Smith.
Yep.
He stuck around in the league because he's tough. I had his sister. His sister had the slightest, baby voice. But she get in that locker room, you say the wrong thing, she said, we can go right here. And you know where they get that from? They mama. Let me tell you something. They mama is in the stands.
Yeah.
You don't found my baby like that. Their mama is tough. I'm telling you right now, that's a talent. That's in your DNA, man.
I love it.
I remember that kid.
Definitely is. I agree 100%. Coach Huey, I think you do too, right?
Oh yeah, man. It's a talent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a talent all day, man. My high school coach said, if they bite us puppies, they're gonna bite us big dogs. They don't bite us puppies, they're not gonna bite us big dogs. It was simple for me.
Hey, y'all boys spitting some truth.
I love it.
They're gonna bite his pit.
That's a good one. That was good. I like that.
Yep. Well, good, man. This has been great. Again, guys.
Man, we done already?
Yeah, man. We at it. We at it. We gonna get back at it next week, man. But
it's only 10:07, bro. What you got to do? We don't pay no bills.
Cancel, man.
Hey, what?
Hey, all Huey gonna do is get on the damn computer and watch film.
He gonna get you.
Hey,
As soon as he get out.
I done take every WNBA game that came on TV, so I recorded them all.
Hey, but look, the point Kenny made, Miami is really running some really good stuff, man.
Yeah.
Like,
They are.
I am. They. Go ahead, Six.
Are we ready to say that Eric Spoelstra is out coaching Brad Stevens?
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Miami is the tougher team, man. It's that's
the difference.
Yeah. Why you think the staff wearing all black? It's all black everything. All black in practice, everything. Games, like that's who we are.
And you know what else too? You know what else? Miami is probably like one of the only NBA teams that don't switch everything either.
No.
They stay on their matchups. So it's almost like why do you put matchups out there now if you're gonna switch everything anyway? So it don't matter.
Yep.
You screen them, they fighting over it.
Yep.
You get knee to the thighs, brother. They come over time.
Right.
What trips me out is they be switching from 40 feet out. Like switching way out there. They're not going to get over it. Go under.
Exactly.
Well, you can't do that when you got Dame Lillard out there shooting in front of the logo. You can't be talking about I'm gonna go under. It's over.
Playing around.
Hey, can we talk about Dame and CJ's Twitter game?
Oh
man.
Cancun. They said it was come on to Cancun.
The boys did not hold back at all.
They were on the way. No. No. The one that would say, was that a good shot? Remember that one? Was he open? Was that a good shot?
Oh, man.
Man.
They had him, bro.
This was awesome, guys. We definitely gonna get back up next week, man. Coach Q, it's coming. You got to check your email, baby. The invite is coming,
bro.
Have your assistant check your email.
Yeah.
Bro, I jumped out there real strong for no reason. I apologize. I was way too aggressive. I hit the button to refresh. I said, "Ooh."
My bad.
Hey, man, y'all be great, man.
Y'all too, guys.
It's always good, man. Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate it.
Take
All
care.
right.
All right.
Relentless, don't wanna test us. We ball hard, wanna run with the best, you gon' learn your lesson.